Hi, I'm Leonard Mellhollow, and this is the third video for the folding wings on the Legal Eagle. We do have the wings folded. The plans are ready. They're $50, and the tail is folded. The other two videos were of the tail and showing it being folded, and it is folded now, as are the wings. The wings have to be removed for this alteration, so I give you a little tip on help you out as you remove the bolt while removing the wing. Just replace everything, all the bolts with a nail, a big nail, and this holds the wing temporarily where you can manage it very, very easy. This is a good tip. I got it from Oshkosh. A friend of mine from Mississippi was assembling his airplane, and he was assembling it all with nails first. Put it all together with nails in place of all the bolts. And then later on he went back and took the nails out and put the bolts in, and then he went flying. And I told my buddy, I wish I'd have thought of that. That's a good idea. And he said, well, you didn't have the advantage of being from Mississippi. So anyway, I have used this system ever since. This has been many years ago I saw this, and I've used this system ever since, and it's a good system, and I recommend when you disassemble or assemble the airplane, you assemble it first with nails, and then go back and put the bolts in, and things work real easy that way. You'll like this system once you use it. I have, this is the nails I'm talking about. And they're spikes. I have some pictures to show you today, and I'll show you some pivot parts first. The pivot parts, you will be required to make these, and they're from angle aluminum, and notice the little lighting holes, and this is hole for this bolt to go through, and this allows the wing to slide out, rotate, and fold. And this part, you'll be required to make that. It's 7/8 tubing, and it has two 3/16 bolts welded on each side of it, and they have to be welded straight and accurate both ways so that they rotate easy, and they go on this wood piece that goes on the leading edge of the wing on the D section. And you'll notice that there's a lot of holes around here, 16 of them in fact, and this is a slot up here for the wing mount to stick through, and these parts bolt to the wood section, and locating this hole is one important thing on the modification. The location of this hole is very important, and I have a picture of this is from the plans, and a picture of the rotating parts and the related bolts to it, and it shows the scale there of the 6-inch scale that shows you the size of everything. These rotating parts go on the plywood board that you build for the D section, and this is before the holes were drilled. Locating the hole is the most important thing you'll do. The other most important thing you need to be aware of is that the mount of the support tube that supports the wings, where you mount that can't interfere with the wing being mounted back on the airplane. And I want to show you a picture of that, and it shows the support tube being into the small tube that's welded to the tube piece that's welded to the fuselage, and there's one bolt that goes in the center, and that holds it all it needs. There's at each end has an 1/8" bolt for a cotter pin, so that when you pull the wing out, it won't slide all the way off. It'll stop at the cotter pin, and when you want to remove the wing, you just pull the cotter pin out. And while I got this out here, I want to show you the new mount for the Legal Eagle. This is a different mount. It's made out of square tubing. All the details are on the plans. It's welded on the old stub where the single eye bolt used to be, and now it's got a piece of metal that's wrapped around it and welded back to the mount, so it's double welded for safety. And I put these on with threaded rod and a lot of nuts, and lined everything up and squared everything up and tacked them up and checked them, and they worked perfect. The wing bolts slip right in, no problem. And it makes it where you can remove and replace the wing by yourself if you make a little stand to hold the tip of the wing. And this is the way that the wing looks when it's folded. And you notice the cotter pin, like I said, the cotter pin keeps it from sliding off. But if you want to take the wing off, just pull the cotter pin and it'll come right off. You notice both wings are suspended on the support tube. The support tube is a 3/4" steel tube that I bought at the hardware store. And there's no sense in using aircraft stuff. Any steel parts that are right side will work on this application. Alteration. I have another video to show you that picture, that is, to show you that what it looks like, all folded back, sitting out in front of my hanger. Now the wings folded. The wings when they fold back, they have a hook that's mounted on the rear spar, and that hook is made out of angle aluminum. It has 2 bolts that hold it through the spar, and a lot of epoxy. There's this wood sandwich that captures the spar caps and the spar web, and the wood sandwich stuff. There's squeezes between those, and it's also epoxied on beside the 2 bolts. And you have to open up the wing to put this in. I opened up mine. I had to take out about a square foot of cloth to reach in there and be able to handle the work that'd be done on the wing spar, and then you patch the wing back up. And the hook sticks out like I use a good finger. The hook sticks out like this and sticks in a mount that you make and put on the back of the fuselage. And this is it. This is the mount. This is the ring that the hook sticks in from the wing. There's on both sides. There's a tab here that goes on a tab on the top longeron of the fuselage, and then there's a bolt on the bottom of it welded on that goes through another tab in the bottom of the fuselage, and this guides it real well. And if you just want to store the airplane, you don't need to put a nut and bolt on it, nut on this washer. Just a nut and bolt up here on the top of the fuselage, and this sticking in the tab down at the bottom holds everything real secure. And if you're not going to travel, I wouldn't worry about putting a nut on the bottom of that thing. But this is also built out of hardware tubing, and it's 3/4" and all welded together. I welded it here and welded the rings in. The rings are from a piece of galvanized pipe that I had laying in the shop. And anyway, it's folded. It looks good. It doesn't take up much room in my hanger. I have a website, legaleagleairplane.com, and betterhalfvw.com. There is a talk site that is eaglersnest.com. And you can go right to my website and you can purchase plans, videos, t-shirts, caps, cups, and this is going to be the last video for the folding wing, and the plans are ready. Like I said before, they're $50, and I want to thank you for listening, and enjoyed doing this, and it's bringing me back into the 21st century, kicking and screaming. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, and this is it. I'll see you down the road. Thank you for listening.